Hey, Master Coach G here on Thriving After 50, Mind, Body, Soul. And on today's episode, I am talking about how important it is to maintain a healthy weight and a healthy diet. Now, I'm not talking about dieting. I'm talking about a healthy diet, the things that you do on a daily basis when it comes to what you're eating. So, here's what I want you to understand as we go deeper when we get inside of this thing is that our weight plays a critical role in maintaining our good health for several reasons. And we're going to talk about that, how you can reduce the risk of developing conditions, chronic conditions. So this is Master Coach G, and I'll see you on the inside. Hey, Master Coach G here on Thriving After 50, Mind, Body, Soul. And on today's episode, I'm talking about the importance of maintaining a healthy weight and a healthy diet. And I did mention not dieting, but your diet is what you eat on a daily basis. And I want you to know that, and this is really important that we understand this, that our weight and our diet plays a critical role in us maintaining good health. It is critical because, and there's several reasons for that. Number one, it helps us to prevent diseases. Maintaining a healthy weight can lower the risk of developing chronic diseases. Chronic conditions such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high A1C, high cholesterol, certain cancers, respiratory issues. There's a balance between our weight in our diet, which is what we eat on a daily basis, because what food is supposed to do is supposed to provide essential nutrients that supports our immune system, that helps prevent certain illnesses. We talked about the immune system on last week, and I was sharing with you how important it is and how we can boost our immune system naturally. This is why our immune system is so important, because it supports our weight and our diet. So it all works together. The next thing that is the reason why it's important is because it does affect our energy level. I don't know if you noticed, but if you eat like a lot of sugary snacks, or if you eat like a lot of junk food, chips, ice cream and stuff like that, you may have that high for a minute, but then you'll like crash and burn. You know what I'm saying? So your energy level may be high because you're on that sugar high, but once you come down, then you just feel like you just hit a wall, because it's like you're tired, you're exhausted, you don't feel like doing anything. That's because you're not eating the proper food. Because when we eat the proper food, then the nutrients in our diet ensures that we're getting the adequate amount of intake of the carbohydrates and the protein and the healthy fats, which is what fuels our body, and it provides the energy that we need for just daily activity. So when we don't eat right, we feel sluggish, we feel tired, we don't feel like doing anything. So we don't have any energy because we're not feeding our bodies the fuel that it needs so that we can have the energy that we need. So maintaining a good, healthy weight reduces the risk of fatigue, and it just enhances your overall energy level. Now, if you notice that when you're eating a balanced meal, and you're doing that on a regular basis, you see how you feel. You see that your energy level is high. You're not one that you have to have an energy drink. You're not the Red Bull person in the morning. I drink coffee for pleasure. I don't do it because I need energy, because I don't have it until I leave the gym. But I do have my coffee, but I just like the flavor of coffee. I don't do it for energy because I don't necessarily have to drink it, but I do only because of the taste. But so yeah, yeah, I don't think that, if you're gonna have natural energy, then it needs to come from what it is that you're putting in your body. Because if we're getting the nutrients that we need, then we will have the energy level that we should have in order to do just daily activity. It also affects our mental well-being, and I know that sounds funny, but you also have to realize that our weight and our diet does affect our brain. We feed our brain too, not just with knowledge, but having a balanced diet and a healthy weight does contribute to better mental health. Okay, nutrient deficiencies can impact the brain function and your mood. Okay, so if you notice that when you're hungry, you're probably not pleasant, as most of us aren't when we're hungry. That's just kind of, the side effect of being hungry. But it does affect our mood. So what does that affect? That means it's affecting our mind. So yes, it does have an impact on our brain function and our moods. While excess weight can lead to low self-esteem and negative body image. I know a lot of people are into the whole, body image thing now. I don't work out for body image. I'm 66, so I work out for health reasons. Now maybe if I was, 36, I'd probably be working out for the body image, but I'm way past that stage now. I work out for health reasons, but some people who have excess weight do have low self-esteem, and they do have a negative when they look at themselves, it's negative body image, and they really have to understand that just getting your weight under control and into proportion, you'll be fine. But that's one of the things that it does affect. Okay, but a healthy diet supports the brain and produces the mood regulating nutrients. It's like the transmitters. So our brain has these transmitters. I know you've seen the picture of the brain where it looks like lightning is flashing. Just kind of picture that, if you will. And so a healthy diet supports brain health. So yes, it does depend on what we eat. And we talked about that, some segments ago, a few episodes back. The other thing about having a healthy diet is that it does help your digestive system. Okay? Foods that is rich in fiber, like, definitely fruits and vegetables, whole grains, all that promotes good digestive health, which reduces the risk of bloating, constipation, and other gastrial issues, like the IBS thing. So yes, what you eat, you are what you eat. So yes, you do have to pay attention to that, because, maybe what you could eat at 35, you can't eat at 65, because things have changed. But maintaining a healthy weight also helps prevent conditions like acid reflux and gallstones. Well, I didn't have gallstones, but I can definitely speak from the acid reflux lane. I had acid reflux so bad when I was 237 pounds that I couldn't even lay down and sleep. I had to practically sit up in the bed with pillows propped up to my back and sleep. And then probably after a year of suffering with acid reflux, because I didn't know what it was, I finally went to the doctor, and that's when I discovered that I had diabetes, high blood pressure, high A1C, high cholesterol. Did I say diabetes? Yep, diabetes. And, and I weighed 237 pounds, which I was obese, which is the same thing that I'm talking about right now. But the acid reflux is what caused me to have the weight. I'm sorry, the weight is what caused me to have the acid reflux. So once I maintained a healthy weight, no more acid reflux. And no, I did not take any medication. I just kind of, got better. I worked at getting better. I applied the 6 pillars, principles, if you will, and methods, and it worked, and it's still working. Here's another thing that it promotes too is bone health. Having a healthy weight and a healthy diet both plays into the strength of our bones. Okay, so yes, you want to have the adequate nutrients, which includes the calcium and the vitamin D, which is essential for maintaining strong bones, and it prevents conditions like osteoporosis. Weight management plays a role in reducing the risk of joint problems and supporting your overall muscular health. Okay, so the more weight that you have, especially on your knees and your ankles, the more they just take a beating, and more than likely, even at a young age, if you're heavy, if you're overweight, if you're obese, then more than likely, probably by the age of 35, 40 at the most, they're talking about a knee replacement, because the pressure of the weight has just totally demolished the cushion that you have between your knees. So now it's bone to bone. So I'm seeing that people are having hip replacements and knee replacements at a younger age because of being overweight. Most cases, I'm not saying in every case, I'm saying in most cases, from what I have seen, it's been from people that have been overweight. But it's important to maintain a balanced diet. Includes a variety of nutrient-rich foods so that you can maintain a healthy weight. And we have to realize that what we eat is going to show up in our bodies. And I know that because it's like, sometimes I may go on a binge where it's like I'm just eating just like crazy, and it'll show up. I'll see it. And yes, I go to the gym, but it still shows up, and I can pretty much eat what I like, but I still have to do it in moderation. But that's because I do maintain a healthy weight, and it is through physical activity, which is me going to the gym. Okay. But I would say that if you are having a problem with your eating, then you can get with a professional dietitian that can provide you with some personalized counseling and guidance to support your goal as far as achieving and maintaining your healthy diet. That would be something that I would highly recommend. Maintaining a healthy weight and following a balanced diet can help you to manage chronic conditions. Okay, not only can it help prevent them, but it can also help you to manage them as well. Like heart disease, a healthy weight and a low diet in saturated trans fat, cholesterol, and sodium, for example, can lower the risk of heart disease. A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats like omega-3 fatty acid can support a healthy heart. And here's the other thing: excess weight, you are at risk for type 2 diabetes, particularly around the waist. It increases the risk of you increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. But maintaining a healthy weight and following a diet, not dieting, a diet that includes whole grains, lean proteins, healthy fats, not the fatty fats, but the healthy fat, and limit your sugar, or prevent, or eliminate the sugar, but definitely cut back on the sugar and the processed food as well, because that will definitely help you to manage or even prevent type 2 diabetes. High blood pressure is another thing that a good diet will help you to manage. A diet high in sodium, saturated fat, and processed foods can definitely contribute to having high blood pressure. So if you're eating a lot of sodium, a lot of saturated fats, and definitely a lot of processed food, and if you eat out to like fast foods, more than likely it's processed food, then that can contribute to high blood pressure. Yes, absolutely. So maintaining a healthy weight and following a diet rich in the fruits and the vegetables, the whole grains, the lean proteins, and the low fat. Dairy products, if your body can tolerate it. I don't tolerate dairy. I can do soy, but dairy is kind of hard for my body to process it. But if you can, then yes, can help lower your blood pressure as well. And here's another thing: your weight can help you to reduce the risk of certain cancers. Because obesity is associated with an increased risk of several types of cancer, including breast cancer, kidney cancer, pancreas cancer. And a healthy weight, along with a diet rich in the fruits and the vegetables, the whole grains, the lean proteins, can help you to reduce the risk of these cancers. So yes, you need that for not just to maintain your weight and not just for a good, healthy diet, but also to help you to reduce the risk of cancers, certain cancers. Here's another thing too: respiratory issues. Okay, let me just speak for myself, okay? When I was 237 pounds, I was always gasping for air, okay? It was like an elephant was sitting on my chest. It's like I could, climbing a flight of stairs up, forget it, okay? Seriously, it was crazy. So yes, obesity can worsen any respiratory condition, especially such as asthma and sleep apnea. And maintaining a healthy weight and following a diet that supports lung health. And I know that, when we look at, lung health, liver health, and all these different things, but they all play a part in staying healthy. So we do have to focus on these things. We have to focus on having a healthy diet that supports healthy lungs. Okay, which again includes the fruits, the vegetables, the whole grains, the lean proteins that can help manage these conditions. Yes, and osteoporosis, we can't forget about that. Okay, we talked about the excess weight, and it adds stress to your joints. It increases the risk of osteoarthritis. Being overweight can increase the risk of osteoarthritis. So that's why maintaining a healthy weight can reduce the strain on your joints and help you to prevent and or manage the condition. So let's say you already have it, but in order for you to be able to manage it where you don't have so many days where you have more pain than not, then I would say work on your weight, because that's going to help you. Yes, you could take, Tylenol or Advil. You could do that. But if you work on your weight, that's going to help you to reduce the pain. Okay? And remember that while maintaining a healthy weight and following a balanced diet can reduce the risk of the chronic conditions that individual factors such as genetics and lifestyle choices also play a role. Okay, so you have to realize that here's an individual factor such as genetics and lifestyle. So you can say, yeah, well, my grandmother had diabetes and my mama had diabetes, and that may be true. And I'm not saying that it's not genetic. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. But what I am saying that with you adjusting your lifestyle and your diet, it doesn't have to be you that has diabetes. That's all I'm saying. And I'm living proof of that. And I know that for a fact because I've done it. I was diagnosed with diabetes, high A1C, high cholesterol, all of that. So I know that I changed that. I wrote that script, so I changed that. So yes, and it may be genetic, but it's also a lifestyle choice. All right. So, it's always good to, consult with someone to get some advice to help you with that. A lot of people have the desire that they want to change, that they want to lose some weight, but they just don't. And they've tried several things. They've been on every diet known to man, but nothing seemed to work because they can't stick with the routine because it hasn't become a habit first, so that it is a routine, and then it becomes a lifestyle. So that's probably one of the reasons why. But it is a process. It is a process. So I would say that getting with someone that will be able to help you and introduce you to that lifestyle change, because that's the goal, is the lifestyle change, not just, learning how to eat right, but a lifestyle change. So that's what I have for you today. I hope this episode has added value to your life. Thank you for joining me here on Thriving After 50. Want to give a shout out to my listeners here in the United States, Canada, Belgium, the UK, Mexico, Russia, France, Brazil, Ireland, India, Australia, and Budapest. Thank you all for listening. I appreciate you all for joining me today. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Bangladesh. My bad. Bangladesh and Australia. Thank you. Just two brand new areas that I tapped into. I appreciate you all listening. Hey, if this podcast has been a benefit to you, subscribe. Leave me a rating. Let me know what you think. If you want to hear something that I haven't spoke about yet, please let me know. Follow me, share it, and share it with somebody. It may help somebody else as well. And I really appreciate you. Remember, knowledge applied is power. This is Master Coach G, and I'll see you on the next level.